unhinged, we ignite. Positivity shining bright. Reptiles, exalt, unite. Untamed, unhinged in the night. Big Flex and Chris spreading the vibe. Eric and the mad scientist, David by my side. Untamed, unhinged, talking reptiles all day. Positivity's our topic in every single way. Untamed, unhinged, we ignite. Positivity shining bright. Reptiles, exalt, unite. Untamed, unhinged in the night. Untamed, unhinged, we ignite. Positivity shining bright. Reptiles, exalt, unite. Untamed, unhinged in the night. Big Flex and Chris spreading the vibe. Eric and the mad scientist, David by my side. Untamed, unhinged, talking reptiles all day. Positivity's our topic in every single way. US Arc, we're the community's voice, spreading love and knowledge, making noise by choice. Reptiles and exotics, we stand strong. Untamed, unhinged, singing our song. Untamed, unhinged, we ignite. Positivity shining bright. Reptiles, exotics, all unite. Untamed, unhinged in the night.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Untamed and Unhinged Reptile Podcast. First, you got me, Big Flexin, Chris, and then Eric, my co-host, EA Snakes. Hey, when are you gonna drop that logo, bro?
Bro, soon. We picked out the best one. I just want to make a couple tweaks, but I'm definitely gonna go with that circle one. I like that. That was the best.
I was like, man, this came out really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it up soon.
I was like, man, I can't wait. Anything on US Arc or anything?
Yeah, bro. In Lincoln County, North Carolina, there's an ordinance. US Arc says that it's just a poorly worded amendment, but the way it's worded, it's posting a ban on all animals not native to North Carolina. Again, it says that US Arc says that it's poorly worded, and that's really why. But if you want to head over to Lincoln County, North Carolina's website, write an email. That would be greatly appreciated. And if you're not a member of US Arc Florida, become members. They could use all the support they could get.
Dude, I gotta make a whole new sponsor reel. I haven't done that yet. I got a lot of work to do. I'm just falling behind. Been lazy, but let's bring out our guest. We got Gino. I think that's the name, Gino, from Bott Reptiles. And we're gonna go ahead and bring him out, let him introduce himself. Everybody give him a warm welcome. I said that right, Gino?
You said that perfectly, Chris.
All right.
Hey, everyone. My name is Gino. I run Bott Reptiles, focusing in on ball pythons, Burmese pythons, and just supporting other reptile enthusiasts and breeders. Great to meet you all.
Nice to meet you too, Gino.
I must say, the opening song always gets me. I don't know who wrote it, but it is like perfect for this podcast.
I appreciate that, brother. Yeah. That song, every time in the backstage, man, I sing it. I actually work out to it too now. It's in my playlist.
Hey,
it's on Spotify. So
it's on Spotify?
Yeah.
I love that. That's so cool. Every time it comes on, I'm just like, all right, it's another time for another podcast with Untamed and Unhinged.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. I really do. I love that song. So actually, Mike from Herb Collectors, he made the song for me. He actually made that song for me. So shout out to Mike, Big Mike over there at Herb Collectors, for that song. But yeah, go ahead and tell us what you work with, brother.
Right now, working with ball pythons, really into recessive morphs. Give me clowns, pieds, lavender albinos all day. Have a blackhead, yellow belly pied that I'm trying to fatten up a little bit for this upcoming fall. So, yeah. And then if you can see behind me, the big enclosure, that's my Burmese python. Her name's Bridget. Let me lower the camera for a second. She is perched up on a 30-gallon husky box that I had to cut a hole out of at Home Depot.
Dang.
She uses it as a perch / hide. So it's pretty cool there. Just took in a rescued retic from a case of neglect. I have one snake right now that is not eating frozen thawed, so have to go to the pet store, a local reptile shop down the street from me, and get a live mouse every couple days. And a reptile owner, a retic owner, reached out to them saying, I can't take care of my retic anymore. The shop themselves reached out to me. They said, hey, free retic, free 7.5 by 3.5 foot enclosure. Put that in your garage. Just you can have a retic now. I was like, yeah, whatever, sure. So they drop it off. It has two, we don't know if it's cancer yet, but 2 large wounds and sores in its mouth. It looks like it has road rash. It has a bunch of scars all over. And I went into the shop after they dropped it off. And I'm just like, I got a sick retic, but nursing it back to health, giving it injections every 2 to 3 days. And what I would have spent on the animal themselves, we've already been spent on vet bills.
That's awfully nice of you to take that animal in.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all about supporting others. I'm all about helping. So I do some shows sometimes, some show and tells. 2 of my favorite ones, I went to a Bakersfield, California foster event where it was a bunch of City Hall employees, personnel, and I had probably 4 ball pythons and my big girl behind me, Bridget, my Burmese python, and just hung out with a bunch of foster kids and people in suits just talking about reptiles. Another one that I actually did 2 weeks ago, the day before Easter, it was the Blessing of the Animals in downtown LA on Olvera Street. So I reached out to the Los Angeles Reptile Network, or Reptiles and Amphibian Rescue Network, and I went over to one of their houses where they house all the adoptable animals, loaded up my car, drove them down to Olvera Street, and basically held a adoption event underneath a 10 by 10 foot canopy, and it was pretty cool. A lot of the animals got blessed, and they made it on a local network television on the news. So it was a pretty cool event.
Damn, that's dope. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Hey, were you like a rehabilitation for reptiles, or you just fell into that?
Fell into it. I'm looking to actually get more if people need help, or volunteering with the actual reptile rescue network. But yeah, just fell into it. Like I said, the reptile store down the street from me is just like, we can't take this giant retic, so can you house it? So I am.
How long you been in the reptile community or hobby?
I got my first boa when I was 13 years old on my 13th birthday. Housed it all the way through high school, and then when college came about, had to rehome it. But probably 14 years of owning snakes.
How long you been on Instagram?
Since July of 2024.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, it was more of like I have a pet, or I have a couple pets, and now it's turning into like the whole events business, starting to breed a little bit, just breeding what I like. And then if other people would like to purchase, feel free, hit me up, and I'll definitely sell something. But it's more of like I like leucistics, I like clowns, trying to make a blackhead yellow belly dreamsicle. So just selective breeding, not pumping out 40 different clutches per year.
I feel that. I feel that big time. I was gonna ask you another question. Like, when coming into the hobby or community, were you welcomed? Like, were a lot of people positive, or how was it for you coming in?
Everyone that I've reached out to and met has been great. I actually volunteered, more volunteer work that I've done at the Pomona LA reptile show, the super show. I volunteered with USARK, so having to go around booth by booth, taking in the 1 or 2 animals that every single breeder is donating to the USARK auction, kind of like a little networking event. Just introduced myself and then told them that I was volunteering with USARK, grabbed the animal, brought it back to the booth, and it was pretty great. I was one of at the end of the night of the LA Reptile show, I was the person walking around with all the animals or bottles of tequila that has been donated, and everyone, anyone and anyone that in the reptile community was there bidding, and it was cool to be a part of.
I'm like, that's dope though.
Yeah, super cool.
Thank you for doing that, by the way.
Oh, I mean, I don't want to say you're welcome because I'm just
me and Chris appreciate you.
thank you. Thank you.
He's not even lying. Like, we back up USR. I mean, we got good sponsors behind us.
Yeah.
We also got our own coffee coming out, which I forgot to mention.
Hey, what's the name of the coffee?
It's a Untamed and Unhinged coffee.
Love it. Do you already have distributors, suppliers? Do you already have like stores it's going to?
Yeah, it's coming from Cold-Blooded Caffeine.
Super cool. Love that.
Yeah, they're making our coffee. You know what? Hold on, let me show a picture.
Yeah, pull that up.
But do you plan on breeding like your Burms or?
So I was told, or I read it a while back, that female snakes that do not breed at least once in their lifetime have a higher risk of getting ovarian cancer. All the people I've ever like talked to about it, they're like, I don't know about that. You know, there's not a lot of studies behind that. So if I were to breed her, I'd probably breed her once just for that thought in the back of my head that I would want her to live longer, be healthier longer. So maybe she's a green patternless het granite, het Gulf Coast caramel. So, I mean, I would love to have some visual granite Gulf Coast caramel greens if I find the right male to pair her with. But if not, and she's healthy later on in life, then I don't think I'll breed her.
Man, to have a caramel looking Burmese, yeah, that'd be amazing.
That'd be amazing, right?
I'm trying to get this albino Burmese python from one of the guys in our chat.
Yeah.
And it's freaking gorgeous, man. It's so gorgeous. Let me see if I have that picture still, and I'll pull it up right now.
I will say Burmese pythons are probably my favorite species of snake right now to keep. I only have one at the moment due to space, considering they need a lot of space, and I don't want to be that person that puts a full-grown Burmese python in like a 4x2x2 its whole life. And I'd rather have them healthy and happy than just hoarding a bunch of giant snakes.
Good luck, Curtis. I agree.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's a great looking worm.
That's a female, actually. I think it is. That's very pretty.
You know what? Pull the trigger right now. Buy it now.
Like, I want to. I just don't have the money for it right now. Or the space. See, that's our coffee. Untamed Blend. That's what it's called.
Cold-blooded caffeine untamed blend. That is so cool.
Yeah.
Where would we be able to find that? Is it going to be online only, or can we find that in stores?
It's going to be online only under Cold-Blooded Caffeine. We'll get a code eventually here soon. Right now, he's sending me sample packs to try out, like different types of coffee. Like if I want like a Colombian or a medium roast or a French roast, you know. But I already had told him I wanted a Colombian, but he sent me some more samples to try out and see which one I like or which I prefer for it to be. So that whatever, you know, I try and I like, that's what I guess the coffee's going to be. But
very nice.
But we can sell enough, I guess, you know, everybody will start getting you know, hopefully everybody starts getting paid, you know, working on the podcast, you know, or going towards the podcast, you know, whatever. Wherever that money's going to go is going to go back towards the podcast. We're trying to plan trips, get out to expos. I'm trying to get to see Eric. I'm trying to see a lot of people. It's in the works. It's just a lot.
Love that. Love that.
You know, and I want to get back to USR, like, you know, because they do so much. I want to like go to shows and volunteer like you do. You know, I don't know. I hear it's a lot of fun. The shows are fun. I've been to one. They're hilarious. They have fun. They do a lot of stuff I'm not going to mention on here, but yeah.
The show that I was at, that I was actually volunteering with USARC, there was a bunch of influencers there that were signing one of those, the EcoFlex, the brand new enclosures with the screen top. And a bunch of influencers were signing it, like like Adam's Wicked Reptiles and all this. Dave Kaufman was there. And someone just grabs a Sharpie and writes Dave Kaufman on the freaking enclosure. So there's 40 signatures. If you need to point them out, you'll be able to find it. But they auctioned it off and made some money. And someone's like, hey, wait, where's Dave? And he wasn't there, but they saw his signature. So the auction at the end of the night for super shows are legit. They're so cool.
They're fun. They're funny though.
They are.
But oh, sorry, I dropped you. What was I gonna ask you though? I was gonna ask you another question. Oh yeah. So who was your biggest who influenced you to do reptiles?
I mean, the cliche but honest answer would be Brian Barczyk. I mean, every single video that's ever come out by Lori, Brian, Jay, all of them over at Reptarium and Legacy, I've probably watched once, if not twice. It's just the whole YouTube channel. I mean, he was the guy that started it all on YouTube. He millions of followers and whatnot before he passed, and his wife Lori's taking it over, so that's cool. Another person that I watched a while back for boas was Jason's Exotics. So
I've heard of him.
He had some influence on my liking / how I care for all of my snakes.
Does he? He has the skull-like snake on his logo, right? Or a skull or something. Jason's Exotics.
Yeah. I think it is a skull. Let me look it up really quick.
I'm trying to remember. I can't remember.
Yeah,
I'm looking too.
it's like a rattlesnake skull. It's red, right?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah. I watched when I didn't have any snakes, maybe 5-6 years ago, before I got back into the hobby. I watched one of his videos of one of his giant boa females and talking about all the different morphs and what recessive meant and incomplete dominant. I was just fascinated. So got back into the hobby. I don't have a boa right now, but I'm looking to get one. You know, my wife always says if I bring home another snake, we're divorced, but I mean, I might be able to hide it. No.
I feel you, because man, every time I brought in the snake, they'd be like, another one.
Yeah. Right.
Another one.
All my family and coworkers were like, oh, great, another snake. What is that now? 12, 13? I'm just like,
you're like 100 and something. No,
we got to go up. I mean, if I have gravid females, it could be another 12 in the near future. So
yeah. Are you talking about ball pythons or
ball pythons right now? Yeah, my only potential. I have 2 potential gravid females right now.
So, damn. So you have 2 gravid females. So that if they both have 12 eggs, that's 24 eggs.
I don't think they'll both have 12. At least 6. So maybe 12 total. But yeah, one of them's on the smaller side, right around 1,600 grams. So I don't think she'll be able to produce more than 10.
What pairings did you do?
My big ball python girl, she's a Mojave vanilla cinnamon, and then the male that's potentially sired the clutch is a pastel clown butter, so a butter pastel clown.
Nice.
I bought the snake on Morph Market. Morph Market's a dangerous website for me, but I bought it
late at night.
Especially late at night.
Dude, I don't even scroll Instagram anymore. I'm just like, what's on auction right now? But
I hear the Morph Market auctions are really good right now. You can get a snake for $100.
I mean, you can get anything for $100 right now, but for the rarer morphs or the quality morphs, you're definitely going to be paying right below what the asking price is, but still you're going to get a deal on almost all the auctions. But for the male, I saw a baby picture on Morph Market and I was like, oh my gosh, this is beautiful. And then I swiped right, kind of like Tinder almost, and I saw the actual photo of what it looked like as an adult. And I was just like, okay, I mean, that's cool. I can produce some leucistics, some maybe leucistic het clowns if I genetically test them. So I pulled the trigger on that one maybe back in October and been raising them up. The other clutch that I have right now, same sire, and then she is a lesser het clown, so maybe might hit some leucistic clowns if I'm lucky. So going
Nice.
after that.
Dude,
Both clutches, possibility.
Yeah,
dude, that's dope if he hits a leucistic clown.
yeah. I mean, I think it's a 1 in. I think I have like a 2 or 3% chance of hitting it. So I mean, if I do, that'd be really cool. If not, I mean, I'm still gonna have some great hatchlings to raise up, love, and maybe sell out if I get the chance to.
So, Gino, how many snakes total did you say you had?
Right now, I have 11. I actually just shipped out one snake. I dropped it off at FedEx to go to Wisconsin today.
Nice.
It was
And
a
You plan on
female.
growing more? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Bert.
No, go ahead. What was the question?
No, I was just gonna ask because you said everybody one of your snakes eats frozen thawed.
One of them, yeah, it is my youngest. It's a male, the pied het lavender albino blackhead yellow belly.
Okay, I was just wondering if it was one of the big snakes.
No. I've gotten them all in frozen thawed. When the 3 snakes that I've actually purchased off of Morph Market, they all came eating live, and I did the piggyback method, so I got them eating frozen. It took a while, and it was a little bit scary, but I did it.
Yeah, I feed exclusively frozen. I haven't had a live rodent over here in years.
I think
That's another thing too. Do you know we actually got a code for Cold Blooded Cafe? It's Untamed 20. You get 20% off on your order.
Love that. I'm gonna be placing an order in like a couple days, so yeah, love that.
Yeah, and they take really good care of you. I mean, they're good with everything over there.
What was the promo code?
Untamed 20.
Untamed 20. All right, I will definitely be using that. That's awesome. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, it's 20% off. Yeah, we got codes everywhere. We got Shed Outfitters. Just type in Untamed. It's 10% off on shirts, merch, like reptile clothing. We also got our own clothing, our own merch for Untamed and Unhinged. Everything posted on Instagram.
I can say something about Cold Blooded Cafe too. Like, I love the sizes that they provide. Some places you order, like let's say you order a medium rat or something, and it's like the size of a small rat. But then with Cold Blooded Cafe, these rats are plump, so they give you generous sizes, which I love. So shout out to Cold Blooded Cafe.
Yeah, they have like small, medium, large, extra small, pinky, like fuzzy. Yeah, they're really extra small pinkies. I mean, it's
actual
perfect.
sizes. That's what I love.
A couple online vendors I've definitely ordered from, and I had to get my scale and weigh them just to make sure they were the correct size, and sent in that email, and they're like, oh, it is in the threshold between X and Y, so technically it is a small rat. I was like, all right, thanks.
So if you reach out to Cold Blooded Cafe, just reach out to Desiree, and she'll answer everything for you. She's amazing. She's amazing at what she does with working over there with the with the frozen animals, the reptile, the mice. I was gonna say reptiles, the mice. But yeah, everything's there. They even got chicks, baby chicks, like day-old chicks, quails. So I feed my ball pythons. They eat chicks or quails. They'll eat them like nothing.
Really? Wow, I haven't tried that yet, but maybe I will order as a couple.
But yeah, I mean, they're really good. The packaging is really good. Everything stays frozen until you get it. It's amazing, dude. It's amazing.
It's a great plug for Cold Blooded Cafe right there.
And they let you know how much you have in your box, like how much you can order to utilize your whole shipping container. So that's awesome.
It's pretty cool.
What? They ship in like a box, I think, with packages and Ziploc bags.
Yeah.
But I mean, everything stays frozen, dry ice. I mean, it's.
Have you tried to open those Ziploc bags after they've been in the freezer? Man, you need they are clamped tight. Like there's no chance of those bags opening.
You got those frozen hydrogen bonds from chemistry class. Just as hard as you can.
I wasn't going to tell you though. I was going to ask you. So, what do you plan on doing long term? Like, what's your 5-year plan?
I definitely want to do more events. Want to do more like show and tells. I have the 2 fingers rubbing down the back, just quote engraved in my brain, so like little kids don't grab your reptiles out of your hands, and just safer handling for them. But I want to raise up some hatchling ball pythons. I mean, I know I already brought it up a little bit earlier, but maybe breed the Burmese python. But yeah, just support others. If I'm actually helping out another breeder who lives about 10 miles away from me, they're leaving, they're going on vacation, and on their Instagram page, they reached out. They're just like, hey, anybody in the South Bay, Torrance, El Segundo, Lomita area that can help out for a week or two while I'm out of town. And I just reached out and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll definitely be there. Just let me know what you need. And it's actually blossoming into a pretty good friendship, maybe even a partnership down the road.
Hell yeah. I like it when stuff like that. That's what happened with me and Eric. That's how we started this Untamed Unhinged. I saw him in the chats. He was continuously in the chats, and I was like, bro, I'm going to bring you up as a co-host. And he was like, yeah, that'd be cool. And then I brought him up, and now he's been with me ever since.
I will say that's like the greatest thing about the reptile community is that everyone's so nice and so just helpful when it comes to if you need anything and you send out a little filler, and someone will almost always get back to you.
So I got like an actual question for you, Gino.
I'm ready for it.
Like, what do you think of the podcast? Like, have you seen any other episodes? Like, what do you think of us?
I've seen bits and pieces. I've definitely watched one full episode while I was working in the background. There's little background noise. I mean, you guys are doing great. Especially you have all your sponsors. You have the whole join US ARC. You have in the beginning of the show, Eric, you were talking about the new guidelines with US ARC. I mean, you guys aren't just on here like, oh, look at my snake, it's worth $10,000. Oh, cool, I'm so cool.
Don't have anything like that.
Education. Well, I know a lot of people like that.
But thank you, we appreciate you.
Yeah, of course. Appreciate you guys having this educational little forum for anybody to watch.
What? Hold on. When have you been on, Will? Where? Sorry, Will. I don't know. Go watch your what? You got a podcast? That's dope. But now that we got
drop the link, Will.
It's crazy because when me and Eric started this, it was only me and Eric.
Yeah.
Now we have a whole network channel.
That's so cool.
I started branching out, of course, because I wanted to like bring all communities together, like spider communities, and like before I started doing their own networks for like whatever their specialty is or what they know more about. So like I have 3 arachnid breeders, but they also, one of them does like ball pythons and she works with colubrids, snakes. That's Megan. And then I got Arachnid Cat. She just knows like the scientific names really well, tarantulas. So that's what her show's about, like teaching kids the scientific names of each tarantula, which is going to be dope. It's going to be educational, a lot of educational. That's what I'm trying to do, reach out here for the younger youth as well. And then we got Jennifer from Peculiar Exotics. Now her show took off. Like her show's doing amazing. She had Tarantula Cat on there, all them shows. And like my channel's like just a lot of women, because I feel like women should be able to talk. They are more detailed. I feel like the information is processed a lot better than the way men explain it. If I can, that's because I sometimes forget to leave out certain details, but like, oh snap, now I got to go back and refix that.
Chris,
I forget a lot of things.
Have you reached out to, I think her name on Instagram is the Curly Haired Keeper?
Yes, I love.
She's awesome.
Yes, I love her. Yes, she's awesome. She's amazing. I love what she does with her retics. I love everything she did. How she what she do with the eggs? Maternal incubate? Is it maternal incubate?
Yeah. She's getting back to like whole influential people and whatnot, and people that help out in the actual community. When I got the retic about a month ago, the rescue retic, the first person I reached out to was Curly Haired Keeper, and she reached back out. She responded to my messages, answered all my questions. So yeah, shout out to her. She's really good.
She's amazing. Just like all the other females too, they're so positive. Like, I mean, I would love to add you to that channel podcast too, because it's nothing but positivity. If you need any help in there, they'll help you. Everybody's always feeding each other information. Like, oh, I didn't know that. That helps us. But everybody has an opinion, of course, but it's not negative. You can ask Eric. Eric's been in there. And there's no fighting. It's straight positivity. Everybody's lifting each other up. So what I do is I try to lift everybody up around me. I elevate others because, I want to be elevated as well. So I bring the people that are with me. Hold on. Go ahead and talk, Eric. Hold on. My nephew's knocking on the door.
Gino, I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
Speaking of Chris's nephew popping up, when you're interacting with like newer people, and they're, I guess, scared of handling snakes, how do you get them to break that wall, break that fear?
Side note, I've been with my wife for 10 years now. My mother-in-law is deathly afraid of snakes. I've had snakes, I don't know, for the last 4 years now after rejoining the hobby, but she's yet to even be in my little casita, like reptile room office area. She won't even walk in the door. So when I am around, not necessarily her, but with new people or like with kids at like little show and tell events or whatnot, I always let them know like it's okay to be afraid. And then I always try to add comedy into it. Like if I'm holding a snake, I'll hold it with the tail pointing towards the person and be like, here, you can pet its dangerous side. Kind of like you don't want to be near the back end of a snake. You never know what's going to happen. But I'm truthful. I let them know like every snake has a mouth, therefore every snake has a potential to bite. But I've had this snake for X number of years. It's never bit me, knock on wood. They're very friendly. They're just misunderstood creatures. And I understand the fear, but you shouldn't be scared of this one in particular.
That's a great explanation.
I have another question going based off Eric. Like, how important is it to you for your significant other to help you out with reptiles, or does she even help you out with reptiles?
Every single show that I've been to in the last 5-6 years, she's gone with me, mainly because she doesn't want me to bring anything home. But she's great. When I got my Burmese python, she was a baby. She was smaller than like a hatchling Burmese python. I swear she was the runt of the litter. But every time she's wearing a hoodie, my wife, she would just put it in the jacket pocket or put it in her hood. And as long as she knows that, it's safe to hold, or, it won't react or be defensive while you're holding it, she's great with all of the snakes. But I mean, if she wasn't good with reptiles and whatnot, I wouldn't like leave her. Like, oh, you don't like snakes, bye. But it does help that she's cool with them.
That's awesome. I would like to take the time to shout out my wife also. Thank you. She doesn't question. When I come home with a snake or something, she's like, oh, another one, whatever.
Oh.
So I really appreciate it. And the significant others supporting like our hobby interests. You have to support whoever you're with. It doesn't matter if they're into reptiles, crafts, I don't know. You just have to support them.
On Morph Market for the auctions, in order to place a bid, it gives you like a whole warning, like before you bid, make sure that your significant other is okay with it. Like that's pretty
but
I totally get it.
I'm like, why it says that though, right? Because everybody's like, let me ask my wife first.
Yeah, I won this auction. Oh man, I can't actually pay for it because my wife said no.
Oh man.
I was like, dang, I know why it says that too, but that's funny.
Sure.
That's funny.
Sure.
Yeah.
But the only reason I asked this question is because like I feel like sometimes significant others can be like, it's either me or snakes, or like another snake. Oh my god, you buy another one, I'm leaving. You know, sometimes it can be like that.
Not to like try to be a counselor or anything, but when you're in a relationship, you're allowed to have your own hobbies. You don't need to do everything together. Like I cannot crochet to save my life, but my wife keeps hundreds of pounds of yarn in the garage and underneath the snakes, and like I'm not going to go crochet, just like how she might not help me clean up urates when they come out. So like we have our separate hobbies, which is great. But yeah, no, she's definitely good with snakes, definitely cool with supporting whatever I want to do with them.
See, and that's amazing. That's what I'm trying to get at too. Is like be with somebody that may not like your reptiles or may be afraid of them, but still supports you. That's dope. That's awesome. That's amazing. Shout out to the women that support their husbands and do that. You know, just shout out to the women, period, that do that.
Definitely.
Vice versa.
Yeah, I was like, I'm thinking I got a brain fart because I was going into something else too. You know what? I'm just gonna ask this: what is one favorite thing you like about the hobby? Whether it be hold on, let me rephrase that. What is one thing you do like and one thing you don't like about the hobby?
I mean, there's so much. One thing mentioned probably already, the support and togetherness of everyone in the hobby, in the community, the ability to reach out to anyone on Instagram and get like a 99% success rate with a response of, hey, this happened to my snake, what do I do? Or what would you do in this situation? And then having YouTube and like Instagram reels with all the information available, like my snake is drooling 20 hours after feeding it. What's going on? It's like, oh, you probably shouldn't be holding it because it might regurgitate. And then something I don't like about the hobby is overbreeding and then culling. I mean, I've read countless information about if you don't want to have, let's say, normals of any species because you know they're not going to sell, like just throw them in the freezer and then they pass away within a couple hours. It's just like, do you really want to do that? Is that really like humane? Like maybe you shouldn't be breeding so many animals if you're just going to cull everything you don't want. Or like, oh, there's a 5% chance of hitting this exact morph, but I'm just going to get rid of all the others. Or, oh, I'm going to feed it to my king cobra. That's another thing. What I don't like is the bad rep that other hobbyists and keepers get when they're handling venomous snakes and something happens. It's like you're not handling a venomous snake freehand and just like, oh, I'm just gonna go hold it, and oh, if I get bit, I get bit. It's like you need X number of hours of training with someone in order just to get a permit to keep these animals. If something happens, it's not, oh, I'm dumb, I got bit, now I'm gonna die. It's like, oh, what happened to that to actually happen? So what I like, the information, the togetherness. What I don't like, overbreeding and the misinformation and the bad look on some people.
I can agree with that. Definitely agree with you on that. I feel like do you feel like ball pythons are overbreeded?
I do. I mean, if you look at Morph Market, there's tens, if not, I think there's like 50,000 different ball pythons on Morph Market right now being sold. That doesn't include like Palm Street, Craigslist, OfferUp, people selling on Instagram. I think that there's a lot of breeders out there that are producing way too many. And then like if you're doing like 1 or 2 clutches a year for yourself and you're like, oh, I'm just going to sell a couple, great, cool. But if you're producing 100 clutches a year, and it's just like you're kind of saturating the market.
I agree. I don't know. I agree with you 100%. Like I said, I have a rack full of female ball pythons that I've had for 5-10 years now, and I have no plans on breeding them because their genetics just aren't sought after. It's not going to be worth it. And instead of producing whole, I could produce, like I said, 5 clutches right there. But is it really worth it at the end of the day?
Yeah.
And I made that decision years ago. It's not sorry. Just gonna be pets now.
Definitely. And there's nothing wrong with them being pets. I mean,
Not at all.
yeah, you still show them love. You take care of them. You take them out.
Mm-hmm.
A conversation piece at work or at parties. Like, oh, that's the snake guy. It's like, yeah, I mean, I'll accept that.
So going back to what you said, Gino, about getting new people, like handing them the tail of, let's say, a ball python.
Yeah.
I actually used one of those retired females because she's just a great snake to give to anyone. You know, it's just a bright, beautiful pastel vanilla, and you know, people are just amazed with a bright yellow snake that's like so calm, and you know, people remember that sort of stuff.
One of my Morph Market purchases last year, I had it shipped to the FedEx hub right down the street from my work. And I get off. I mean, I can get off between 4 and 5, whatever. But the hub stated that they were closing at 5:30. So just to be safe, I stopped in the morning, grabbed the box, opened it up, made sure it was okay, transferred it over to like a large, I think it was like a 30-gallon Sterilite bin with the clamps on it. I brought it to work, put it under my office, put a blanket on top of it so no one would get freaked out. Someone saw me carrying it in and like, oh my gosh, do you have puppies with you? It's like, no, I don't want to tell you, but if you really want it, it's a snake. I just picked it up from Florida. It was at FedEx. I didn't want to leave it in my car. I didn't have time to go home. So I'm just going to put like a blanket on it. It's locked. It's okay. And then someone's like, oh my God, I want to hold it. And then other people are running out the door, just scared to death. Like it's non-venomous, it's safe. But getting to that, I took her out. She was great. She was very handleable. She was nice, quote unquote, not defensive at all. And I think 4 or 5 people in my office held a snake for the first time. And I, same thing like as you did, I offered the tail first, like, you know, like just 2 fingers, pet it. If you want to hold it, take it. It's probably not going to bite you, but it has a mouth. And then the whole misconception of, oh my gosh, snakes are slimy, they're gross, like, oh, and the 4 or 5 people that held it were like, oh my gosh, you know, they're not. They're so cool. They're soft. They're a little bit cold. I was like, it's cold right now because I don't have a heater, but yeah, I mean, snakes are awesome. All reptiles are awesome. It's just people think that they have a whole pre-ancestry thought of like dragon, lizard, snake, evil, get away type of thing. You just have to learn to be okay with it and love and appreciate.
Do you plan on like doing like shows at schools or like?
I'd love to. Yeah, I haven't really been reaching out too much for the shows that I have done. They've reached out to me through Instagram. But I do want to start a whole like kind of like a Zoo to You program. I really want to go to retirement centers because I really feel as if like the retirement centers, hospice care, things like that, a lot of people are just there lonely. So, I mean, if there was something in your week or in your day just to break up the whole sitting there in a bed all day, like why not? Even if it is snakes, lizards, reptiles, it's something new that you're not accustomed to.
That's super cool. I've never heard anyone say like a retirement home. That's the first. And I agree with you 100%.
Right? I mean, there's people going to schools, there's people going to like churches, and why not go see the people that don't have people coming to see them?
Yeah, like one of our sponsors, he does that. He's actually in the church, Arc Adventures Ministries.
It's pretty cool.
He goes through churches, yeah, like, and he did I think he has one out on YouTube right now. It's a podcast that he did for a church. And they're asking him about snakes, and they're using the snake as a Bible. Like how, you know, how everybody thinks that the snake is bad in the Bible, but he goes and says it's a good thing. Like you got to go back and rewatch that episode. It's really good.
That's really cool. I will go back and rewatch
that. But I'll send it to you after this.
Yeah.
But
cool.
But yeah, that episode is really good. I like that, and I like what he's doing. He's going around. Actually, he's traveling through cities right now, through different churches. I think he's doing, and you know, sharing reptiles. And he only works with retics. He just got a Gaboon Viper.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you know,
Gaboons are beautiful.
I love Gaboon.
I'm way too afraid to handle one, don't come near me with it, but I'll appreciate the beauty from afar.
For sure.
I want one, but I want the albino one. I like the rare stuff. Yeah.
Have you seen Tyler Nolan on YouTube?
Yes. I love that guy.
Is Gaboon. It's not albino. I don't know the morph, but it's something special, and it's beautiful. Has like reds, blues, tans, yellows. It's a crazy looking snake.
Red blues. And it's a cobra?
No, it's a Gaboon viper. It's some
Oh,
random
okay,
Gaboon.
I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the rhinoceros viper.
Maybe.
The pit viper. It's like maroon. It has yellow tips.
Maybe. I don't know. I'll have to look it up after this and maybe send it to you.
Yeah, that one's. I feel like that one's a lot worse and they're quicker than a gaboon, but I hear gaboon still strikes faster, so I'm not sure. But everybody's like a good starter snake to learn how to handle venomous is a copperhead rattlesnake.
Really? A copperhead.
Yeah. Why?
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's what they tell me all the time.
Do you think that they're just so available in like the southeast for like region of the United States, like you can just go handle one in nature, or do you think it's just because like their demeanor, their temperament?
I'm gonna say they're just not that quick to strike, but then I could be wrong. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think it could be their temperament as well. Like I said, I've never handled a copperhead, but I would love to. But yeah, I feel like they're everywhere anyway in like Texas, because that's all we have out here. We have nothing but rattlesnakes out here, and it's a diamondback rattlesnake.
So I'm in SoCal, Southern California, and I work for an organic, sustainably like regenerative tea company. And for Earth Day, which was last week, we went out to a hiking trail. It was an organized event where we had to like clean and basically remove weeds for like wildfires. I mean, we had some really bad ones at the beginning of this year.
Oh yes.
We were out hiking, we were removing weeds, we were removing invasive plants, and someone said, "Oh my gosh, what if there's snakes out here?" And everyone looked at me and was like, "Oh, we got our snake expert." And I was like, "No, I'm not doing rattlesnakes." And then the guy that was organizing the event that actually worked for it's called Tree People. It's a nonprofit in the LA area. He's like, "Oh, snakes only come out at dusk and dawn, sunset and sunrise." And they all looked at me like, "Is that true?" And I'm like, maybe. I don't do venomous. I don't do wild. All mine are kept in captivity. So maybe, but yeah, it's venomous is crazy. I don't know. Like I said, I don't think I'll ever be included with venomous.
Copperheads are usually a little more apt to run from humans, although their bites do require medical attention. Is nothing compared to most. To my knowledge, living in Florida with them in the area. I did not know that. I didn't know y'all had copperheads out there.
Yeah, there's copperheads in like North Florida, I think. And then there's cottonmouths, of course, everywhere.
I want to. Okay, so everybody always says, like I said, start out with copperheads, but I want a speckled rattlesnake. They look dope. That's why they look like cookies and cream.
So, okay, Chris, what are you going to do with it?
No, I'm just keeping it in the tank.
Great question.
What happens when it uses the restroom? It has some feces and urates in it. Are you just going to put gloves on, get a hook, transfer it to a tub, clean it, put it back?
Yep.
Man, that's cool and all, but like I can go to the zoo or like a reptile house to see a speckled rattlesnake if I want to. No, just kidding.
But I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
you have to have one, maybe one or three, show and tell snakes. Like, these are just for show. Like what I want to do is have, like, when you walk into a facility, have my 3 venomous, like, badass snakes. So, like, my gaboon, the rhinoceros, and then the speckled rattlesnake.
For the cookie and cream aspect, have you seen like longicata or Peruvian boas?
Mm-hmm.
Those are some cool cookie and cream looking snakes.
I'm
Those are
gonna go on Morph Market right now and buy one after I said that. Damn.
I'm like, those are dope.
It was so cool. At the Costa Mesa show, reptile show, maybe a month ago, I went up to a boa breeder and asked if they had any longicauda, just like BCCs. And he looks at me and goes, "You're the first person at any show in the last year to ask me for that specific locality of a boa constrictor. No, I don't have it. No, I don't produce it. But when it comes to boas, localities are so underrated that everyone's like, oh, I want the albino, I want the sunburst, I want the VPI junglo, orange gas, whatever. But I mean, you got to appreciate the actual not wild type, but localities of boa constrictors.
So what do you look for? Do you go for localities or?
When it comes to boas, yeah. I mean, I don't have one, but I mean, as we said in the beginning of the podcast, I'm not even on Instagram scrolling. I'm on Morph Market. So my favorites right now, longicauda, North Brazilian, Surinames. I do like the whole locality BCC when it comes to actual red tail boas.
I was like, because there's a bunch of people on Instagram too, though. I can send you some of their profiles.
Send them. I'll definitely follow and just look at everything.
I mean, I don't know if you know low key boas.
I do,
yeah. He has some nice ones.
Yeah. Chris, Eric, have you guys ever been to reptile shows at all, or live in-person auctions for reptiles?
I have. In Dallas, when the NRBC was in Dallas.
That's pretty cool.
Before they moved it to that other place.
When I go, I'm with my friends who just started keeping maybe 7 months ago, that they have ball pythons, and I take my wife with me. Obviously, I have to, but every booth if there's someone at a booth that wants to talk, running the booth and just chatting it up and showing off all their snakes, I'll always ask, give me the spiciest one. Not because I want to get bit, but my friend has never gotten bit by a snake. And sometimes they're afraid to hold their own snakes that they do have because his girlfriend got bit by one of them. And it was a whole ordeal. Everything's fine. But I'm just give me your spiciest one. Let me show him what a bite's like and just take it and show him that's not a big deal when it comes to boas and ball pythons and whatnot. But Eric, do you keep green tree pythons or emerald tree boas?
It's funny you ask, because I have such a story. You have almost an identical story to mine, except mine involves my mother-in-law, and she didn't believe. I was cleaning. I'm sorry, to answer your question. Yes, I do have green tree pythons,
okay, cool.
But I do not have any boas. I was cleaning a tub of my meanest green tree python, and I made it very clear, do not mess with him. He's going to bite you. And she didn't believe me. And she went too close. It got her right on the hand. And he's still here. He's living his best life. I don't know. That was just the story of my mother-in-law getting bit.
How did she react? Was she throwing her hand in the air, flinging the snake across the room?
Shout out to my mother-in-law. Shout out to Mama Christy. She's actually very supportive of my whole snake adventure. No, she was very calm about it. She was almost put off, not expecting it. But it was very minor, and it was, I guess, more of an experience.
Was it a food latch, or was it a defensive bite?
No, it was just a getaway for me.
Good.
That's mainly every time I open his tub, get away. So
my only experience with the green tree python is I put up on OfferUp. I was bored, I had some free time, and I said I will build and design a custom enclosure for you. So I was making a custom enclosure, and this person got a green tree python. They didn't have an enclosure ready for it, so I was just hey, I'll keep it at my house. I'll take it out sometimes, tame it down, and in a couple of days when your enclosure is ready, I'll drop the snake and enclosure off for you. So it was my first experience with green tree pythons. I know that they could be a little defensive. I know that their teeth are pretty big. I reached my hand in there tapped it on the head with like a little hook, scooped it up, and just tagged me right in the thumb. And I was just like, that's awesome. That feels so good. And then I kept taking photos of it for the owner because, you know, like, hey, I have your snake out. It's doing great. It ate today. It went to the bathroom, just like sending updates. And one of the times I had my phone out, it was like not right in its face, but it shot at the camera. And I'm just like, damn, you're so beautiful, but you are spicy.
So I will say, again, like what you said with localities, in green tree pythons, the biacs are a little bit more spicy. And that snake that I was referring to, he is a biac. His name is Jalapeno. Spicy. It's the locality. Not that you can't get bit like from any locality, like you said. All snakes have mouths.
That's it.
But my other localities that have are less likely to just nail you out of opening the enclosure. Like I have an Aru female that I could, you know, let children handle. Like she's so docile. So it definitely is a snake to snake thing, I think. Except for BX.
I have a parthenogenesis ball python. So parthenogenesis, if you don't know, is an exact clone of the mother. Basically, the dame fertilizes its own egg. The eggs come out. Normally, the eggs are either like slugs or they don't have veins. But I got this parthenogenesis ball python, and she's a little bit special needs. Like the back 3/4 of her spine, she won't like grab onto you, and her tail works, but the actual spine, it won't hold you if you're holding it. So I was holding it with one hand. I was a little bit distracted. I think I was texting or something, and she slipped, and I caught her, but she got me. And I was just like, dang, ball pythons aren't supposed to bite. What the heck? And now ever since, she's been a little bit defensive, but yeah, I got her as a rescue. It was like a runt of the litter, but it was a parthenogenesis. So I think out of 6 eggs, only 1 survived, and that's the one that I got. And I know that snakes aren't really dogs or cats or other pets, but I do like the model of adopt, don't shop. So I did adopt this snake. I wanted it to be an ambassador animal for the shows that I do. So like the foster care event in Bakersfield. Didn't bring it after it bit me because I don't want like kids to get bit by a snake or not hold it properly. But I am working to get her to be an ambassador animal, tame her down a little bit.
So that's what I do in my retakes. Like I head tamed them. So when I pull them out, I literally just go and I start doing this.
With your thumb, just
on the head. Yeah.
Wow, that is, I will say, ballsy.
Because when they were babies, like when I got them, so one of my sponsors, he like from the CNB Reptiles sent me that snake. Like my first retake ever, just send it to me. Was here you go. And it's a door free tick, right? So I started handling her, and I used to reach in the tub like this, open palm, and just put my hand over her head. And they're like, you're gonna have to stop doing that because she's gonna start biting you. She's gonna start launching at you. And sure shit, she got a little bit bigger. Now she comes flying out the tub every time because she knows when it's feeding time. As soon as the tub opens, she's like, wow.
That's scary. That's so scary.
So I have a whole hook. Like I got a custom made hook, has flex and finesse and reptiles all over it. I got all custom stuff. From the community. Everybody's been, like I said, back then when I came in, everybody was like at each other's throats. And then I started doing positivity things. I started donating. When people had like auctions or they were raising money for others to help others in the community, I was like donating snakes because back then I had like over 100 and something snakes. So I was just like, hey, take that one. I have like 35 now.
Okay.
So it significantly dropped. And like I was just, putting them in raffles, auctions. I also had my first year of leopard geckos. I had, I think, 24 baby geckos hatch out
Wow.
Yeah, all gone. They're all sold.
That's
Are
a good
you?
number.
I'm not familiar with leopard geckos, but for hatchlings, do they have to go in tubs, or do they need an actual like small enclosure, or how did
Well,
you keep them?
I used little tubs like the long ones, and then it was a custom made rack from a friend because he asked me to watch them.
Yeah.
So he said for watching them, he said whatever hatches you can keep. So 24 babies hatched. So
Dang.
I had them. I was just watching them. I was incubating them for him. You
Yeah.
know, and he had like male and female tubs, like incubation system. So
Yeah.
like I the temps higher, I think it's a male, and the temps like lower, it's female. So that's what he had them as. And then I bred my Rex gecko, my larger one, to Max Snow, and I produced this beautiful gecko. I'll show you right now. It was my favorite, but I ended up selling him anyway. Let me
There's some
see.
very pretty leopard geckos out there.
Are leopard geckos handleable when they're adults? Like, can you like take it out and?
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
It's not like a show, like a presentation animal. Just like you can look at it, but don't touch it.
Oh, when they're babies, they're scared. They're like, you reach in the tub, it screams. It legit screams at you. Like,
That's hilarious.
it's so cute though.
Yeah, it's like a puny little.
Yeah,
Like they're using all their breath to try and get you away.
yeah, to, like push you off, and it's adorable. But yeah, they're not hard to take care of either. I use just powdered crickets, calcium,
Nice.
and just leave them in there in the tub. You know, moisturize it, and then they shed and of course get bigger.
Nice.
But
Do you have any lizards?
I had a rhino iguana. I kept it for about a year before I moved into where I'm living now. I was in an apartment with just enclosures and a rack system and whatnot. And I have two dogs. One of my dogs is a cattle husky like mix. So she's very prey driven and she wants to play with toys. Every time I would take out my rhino iguana, she would think it's a toy and just completely go after it. So it was not tame whatsoever. It would bite the heck out of you every time you reach your hand in there. You're holding it, tail whip you. So I didn't have the ability to actually tame it down because I've had to get it out of my dog's mouth 2, maybe 3 times. So I was holding it. It would like crawl up my arm. It was cool. And then my dog would just run across the room, pretend she's Superman and try to chomp down on it.
dang.
So I had to get rid of it. I donated it to a reptile store that I was living near. And I think they had a Zoo to You program. It might have become an ambassador animal. I should probably check in on that. But yeah, I would love to keep iguanas or geckos or anything. I don't really know too much about anything other than iguanas. Like I don't want to not be able to give it a good life just because I'm not providing like UV light or anything like that. But I'm not opposed to keeping them if I had the proper equipment.
Gotcha.
Would you ever get into like crested geckos or anything, or bearded dragon?
You know, to keep as pets, maybe I would never like try to breed those because yeah, the ball python market's pretty saturated. A bunch of animals flooding the market right now. But I'm on Palm Street sometimes, and almost every single live auction or purge, just like to get rid of animals, are geckos. And I'm just like, I don't want to do this to make money. I want to do this to like enrich other people's lives and bring them happiness if I were to breed and sell. So if I was more knowledgeable and educated on keeping, then maybe. I mean, all the dragons, like the black dragon, I would love to get one of those, a Nile monitor, an Aki, a Tegu. I would love to have all those. It's just, I don't think I have the space for it right now. So in the future, I would like to have them.
So these are 2 babies I hatched out that I really love, but I had another one, but I can't find her, and I just feel like it's a lot. Oh well.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah. It's albino Max Snow, red eyes, and that was the rarest one.
How long did you have it grow with you? Did it ever like change color when it shed or whatnot?
It went pink. It went full pink.
Love
It was
that.
crazy. Like the stripes faded out. His eyes stayed red. Uh, but it was my favorite little gecko.
Love that.
But I noticed I wasn't giving them enough attention, so I had to get rid of them.
Yeah.
Because I was focusing more on the ball python breeding at the time because I thought I was gonna get rich. That's why I bought all the 50 snakes. Somebody got out. I did that move. Somebody was getting out. I went and bought 50 ball pythons, thinking I was gonna get rich. But I like me not knowing what the morphs were, what people were looking for until I got into the hobby and I started talking to a lot more people and I was like, fuck, I'm stuck with these nothing morphs.
I think only like 0.5% of the people that breed ball pythons have gotten rich doing so.
Yeah, like what was it? Building mutation.
Like Canova, maybe.
Yeah.
Canova is a huge name in the ball python industry.
Or what's the other one?
Always evolving.
Always evolving. I forgot the other one. The one he's always on too.
Mutation creation or Wilbanks.
No, Will Banks, yes, but no, and then of course Bob Clark.
Nope.
But the other one, Oddballs. No, it's not Oddballs. What is it?
Okay balls.
Ozzy Boyd's.
Ozzy. There you go.
Ozzy Boyd's. Yeah,
Ozzy Boyd.
he's huge in the industry.
He has some gorgeous, like, high orange ball pythons. I love what he's doing with the orange, or I think it's Ultramil, or
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but he has some gorgeous snakes. That's all I gotta say.
The crazy thing about ball pythons, like you said, all the genetics and all the morphs and what's recessive and I need 2 of this morph to pair together just to make a visual one. Like all the biology behind it is crazy. It's not like. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, but at the same time, you gotta also learn what's allelic, because
Yeah.
If you breed something, it's just gonna have non-fertile eggs.
What is like? You're talking about like banana and a coral glow or something like that?
Yeah,
Like allelic, yeah. But
like if it had it in it.
When I first started, before I even got into ball pythons and I was doing like a little bit of research, I thought it was like, you get a Rottweiler and a Husky and you put them together, you get half Rotts, half Husky. Like, yeah, that's not anything like it when it comes to snake. I was like, that's challenging.
Got some Ruskies.
But it's the same thing. It's the same thing with retics, though. Like, you get a 50% Kalatoa and then 30% Jumpeta and then 10%, whatever. And then if it's more, then you get that. It makes 100%, I think, or something like that. I don't know. It's a lot.
How do you feel about shed testing?
I don't know. I haven't done it.
It like the whole science behind that is crazy. It's like, here is a dried out shed. Tell me what it is. Like, that's a chocolate Wookiee clown. It's like, how do they know that? For RGI, I've been following them a little bit, watching their YouTubes, watching some of their Instagram reels, and it's just crazy that like the science and like how far along reptile keeping has come so that you can send in a shed of a random ball python and exactly like know what it is. It's pretty cool.
I follow RGI, and I don't know, man. Like, sometimes they say that shed testing can be incorrect. Sometimes it's not accurate. Sometimes it's
That as well.
from other breeders. Like, they can't really tell.
Yeah.
So I've never done shed testing, only because I'm just like, well, how they're 100% sure or not, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm stuck in between. I'm like in between. Like, I would have to shed test because I already know what they are, but I would send it in just to see if there's anything else, I guess.
Right now I have a super pastel yellow belly, but when I picked it up, the previous owner's like, it's a super pastel yellow belly, maybe gravel, because like the whole yellow belly complex. And I'm just like, I really wish I knew what it was, but I'm not going to shed test it. I don't have any plans for it. It's just a pet snake. So if I really needed to know if something was heterozygous or if if there was dark genes, mahogany and black pastel or anything like that, and I wanted to know the difference, I would send in a shed test. But for the price and everything, I'm not just going to start sending in shed samples just to know what I probably already know.
Yeah, same. Like, but I'm all for shed testing. Like, I mean, that's something you want to do. I'm all for it. Go ahead and do it. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. You know, it's a good thing. At least they're trying to help you figure out what the animal is, because a lot of people be like, I don't know what this is. Sometimes it is hard to tell what a ball python is.
Yeah, definitely.
I do like the ones when they always posting like the normals and they're like, this has pastel in it, but it's a normal.
on Reddit, maybe Facebook as well. There's some channels that is just like, what morph is my ball python? Got it at Petco. It's like, one, you probably shouldn't be buying pets like snakes from Petco, but it's a normal. Sorry.
Right? They're all sad. Like, oh.
I saw a ball python at Petco a few weeks ago, and it was a morph. I couldn't even tell what it was. It was just at least 4 different genes in it.
And the sad thing is that they're selling it as a fancy ball python. It's like,
Yep.
oh, that's cool.
No way, really? Oh yeah, they are, right?
Fancy.
And then there's another one. It's called asteroid or assorted.
Assorted ball pythons. Yeah, they don't tell you the morphs or anything. So I mean, maybe that's when shed testing would be good, but I don't really want to buy snakes from Petco.
I walked into Petco and they had a clown ball python, like a baby ball python clown. Gorgeous, bro. It was yellow, bright yellow.
You're probably
and I wanted to buy that thing. Yeah, but I didn't buy it because I already know what, or Petco or PetSmart get their snakes from.
The giant wholesale breeders, yep.
Yeah, or they had like parasites. They're the guys that, when you walk in at pet shows and they're like $25 a snake.
Definitely seen those.
Oh, that's another thing too. I was gonna ask too, because I always bring that up. Like, how would you been at a show? Like, how would you promote your taste?
I would try to be as informational as possible. I don't really like the display racks. I'd rather have the deli cups, just because you could show the animal itself, easy access to get it in, get it out if they want to hold it, and then they have something to take it home in. I've gotten a snake from a show that was like in a pillowcase, and I was like, yeah, this works. Let me drive an hour home with a pillowcase on my lap. But no, I'd be as informational as possible. Ask what their plans are. Are they going to have it as a pet? Are they going to have it as a potential breeder? Give as much paperwork as possible. I don't use any apps to track all of my snakes. I came up with a Google survey and then like a pivot table on Google Sheets. It's like, oh, this snake hasn't eaten for 5 days. This snake shut out 25 days ago. I don't find the value of paying an app in order to do something that is an easy 2-second survey. So yeah, just be as informational as possible.
I like that. A lot of people are like, just use a QR code scan, send you to their website.
I've seen that.
No, like a brochure or something. Brochure? Is it brochure?
Brochure.
Brochure. There you go.
If I was vending at a show, I wouldn't even have a chair. I just feel as if those people sitting down behind the booth on their phone, they're not very approachable. So like they're going to pass you by. But if I was standing, like saying hello to everyone, or if I even had a snake in my hand or whatever I was vending, they're like, hey, you want to see it? You want any more information about it? You want to see its parents? I have photos. I mean, check on my Instagram. You can see all of this. So yeah, definitely. I definitely wouldn't have a chair there.
So do you have a link tree on your account? Because I didn't see one there.
I don't have a link tree now.
No? It's just their Instagram page?
Just my Instagram page. I am on Morph Market, but I don't have anything right now to sell. It's just a Morph Market account, so I can scroll at night and see all the beautiful snakes that I can't buy.
Hey, same here, Gino. Same here.
That's it. I mean, that's the beauty of the internet, man. You get to see what everyone else has.
Mm-hmm.
I wanna. When I go to Morph Market, I always look up white lip pythons or Brazilian rainbows.
I don't want to get you excited, but there might be a white lip python on auction right now. I don't know. I definitely saw white lipped pythons. I don't know if it was auction or just like looking at someone's page. I don't know. You should go check it out.
Yeah, I'm about to. I'll be like, all right, this has concluded our interview. I'm about to see that. I'm like, I'm gonna go buy a snake.
Have you guys heard of rough scaled pythons?
No, I haven't.
I've never heard of them. I was talking to someone. I was like, "Oh, what's your next snake that you're gonna buy?" And they said rough scaled pythons. I looked it up on Morph Market because that's like the place to go. And I think there's only 3 or 4 being sold in the whole entire world. So it's like they're pretty rare, but it's like, oh, that's cool. And I told them I had no idea what they were, but they're like, oh, look it up. They're pretty cool. So
I'm looking at it now.
Morelia,
a lot of
Coronata
species there that I don't know about, but like they're still cool to other people, and you kind of just have to embrace that. Like
Kind of looks like a carpet,
right? It does.
but it's gorgeous.
It's definitely pretty. They're pretty snakes. They have a pretty hefty price tag as well, but it's like I've never heard of that. But for you to tell me that that's your next snake that you're buying, like awesome. That's great for you. Maybe now I kind of want to dabble in that.
So they're not part of the carpet python family. It looks like
the only thing I did was look up a photo and a price. I didn't actually like do any research onto what they were. They look pretty cool though.
I don't know. They look dope as hell. Did you see it, Eric?
Yeah, they look kind of related. I mean, I'm not going to speculate, but they look kind of similar to carpets.
Only because of the pit. So their pits.
Yeah, the face.
Yeah.
And then the body.
You know,
it says Morelia, so carpet is Morelia.
That's what it says?
I'm just doing like a quick Google search, and it says Morelia Coronata.
Hold on, man.
And I'm pretty sure carpet pythons are Morelia as well.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, they're both in the Morelia family.
So what? The rough scale python?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it is part of the carpet family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Well, that's dope as hell. So do you have any questions for us, Gino?
I mean, the cliche questions are how often you guys get bit. I mean, we're all keepers here.
By my retic, I just started getting bit because he wants to be an asshole. Like 5 times probably.
Nice.
I mean, he's head tame. Like I can touch his head, but when he's coming out the tub, he just wants to be striking. He's a runner when he comes out the tub. I'm like, dude, stop.
Stop it.
Yeah. My female, she's all cool. She just comes right out and I just grab her. She just lets me. I don't even use a hook.
That's awesome.
I don't know why, but when I get a snake, I always get female first because the males are always cheaper.
For sure. Yeah, no, that's definitely probably good practice.
So that's what I do. So like when everybody's like, well, what do you want, male or female? I'm like, always female for me.
And then plus, if you plan on breeding it, the females need to be more sexually mature. You can get a 500-gram ball python male, but you need to have the female to be at least 12 and then 1,600 if you want it to be healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Getting females first, you're probably always best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd rather be female heavy than male heavy.
Correct.
The scary thing, though, with sexual dimorphism, I mean, females get bigger.
Facts.
So, I mean, that's one way to look at that. But, you know, having more females than males is probably always good.
Yeah, for sure. To answer your question, I don't get bit very often. because now I'm pretty good at dodging bullets. But my most recent bite was from my rat snake. I have a Jensen's rat snake, and he bit me, and I laughed because compared to the green tree pythons, it's nothing, absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
But the last green tree python bite was probably like 4 months ago, 5 months ago. That was from a little biak I was unboxing and doing the whole rolling out of the bag, kind of going onto your hand. That whole thing touched my hand for 1.5 seconds and then bit me, and I was leaking on the floor. So
I think when you're unboxing a snake, at least in my circumstance, I can't hesitate with that. I just have to open up the box, open up the bag, reach in, grab it. I get bit, I get bit. I mean, I know it's not going to hurt. It might bleed a little bit, but just have to do it.
right.
I've seen so many unboxing videos, like you said, they're unrolling the bag, or they're holding the bag and they're trying to shake it out to get it on the table. I'm just like, you're scaring that animal. Just go in, support it, get the body weight underneath you. You'll be fine.
So when you have a biak green tree python, and it's alert, and you open the bag and it's looking at you, you're gonna hesitate a little bit and put your hand in that bag, just straight up. That's me. That's me personally. That's why that one I just try to roll it out, but normally I just reach in and grab one if it's not a green tree python.
Do you ever use those bite resistance gloves?
When I had one or two, my second green tree python was that mean one I told you about, jalapeno, and I got gloves because of him. But then you just learn to handle them in the right way. I never really take them off the perch unless we're in-depth cleaning. I have to clean the perch, stuff like that.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, he's spicy, but I don't use gloves anymore for anything.
Do gloves even work? Have you ever gotten tagged while wearing the gloves? Do you feel it, or is it just a little bit of pressure?
Well, there's if you use a thick pair of gloves, their teeth can't puncture the glove.
Got it.
But you'll just you'll feel a little snake trying to get you. It's the teeth that go deep inside you, because their teeth are surgical teeth.
Yeah.
I pulled the tooth out of my hand one time, and I didn't even feel the tooth in my hand until I put alcohol to sanitize the bite, and then I pulled it out, and it was just
dang,
surgically sharp.
Some scary stuff right there.
Yeah, you have to be passionate. It's not for the faint-hearted.
Gotta go tell my wife I'm ready for 8 green tree pythons. Let's go.
Hey, he's about to have babies.
Oh, don't tempt me.
No, don't say that. Don't jinx me. Don't jinx me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take them yet. I should have said that.
We had locks, and that was it.
He had 3 locks. That's good.
Yeah,
that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping, because I told him I want 2. I want 2. That's for sure. Those are gonna be right on my right in front where everybody can see those gorgeous little babies.
Are you gonna handle them, or is that gonna be another one of the display animals?
No, I'm probably gonna handle them.
Can I interrupt real quick about the whole handling? When you get an import green tree python versus a U.S. captive born and bred one, it's night and day. I have 2 U.S. captive born and bred ones. You could touch them; they're head tame. I'm not worried about getting bit ever, but with the locality import ones, it's a different ballgame.
Yeah.
So that's why I would love to breed them, because there's always that they're mean as hell. It's just the imports, because they're wild. They were wild at one point, and then shipping over, they're just defensive and mean.
Yeah,
it's not their fault.
Yeah, they're wild caught before versus captive bred.
Yeah, I mean, a U.S. captive bred animal. I would always tell anyone, if you're gonna get a green tree python, get a U.S. captive born and bred one, and you're gonna have a much better time.
unless you don't like that person. They're like, oh, import all the way.
Yeah,
But
I mean, if you want to import, I'm not gonna say no, don't get it import. But if you want to handle it and not give blood, probably go with the U.S. captive born and bred one.
Yeah, for sure.
I also want to get a mangrove.
Mangroves are one of my dream animals. They're rear fang venomous, and I'm kind of scared, but they're beautiful. The blacks, the yellows.
There's actually a guy here in San Antonio that breeds them, and they're
Yeah.
$200 a pop.
Gosh. Don't
That-
tempt me, man.
I'm telling you right now, brother. And they're babies, so you can handle them till they grow up. You know, they be
Yeah.
chill as hell.
Do people have like an adverse reaction to the venom, especially if like they chew on you and get the rear fangs in you, or is it just like, oh, got bit? It's all
I don't
right.
know. I've heard some people do get like allergic reactions, like they swell up, or
Is it kind of like some people are allergic to bee stings? You
yeah,
don't
something like that.
do to you, yeah.
It's like the hog nose. I feel like the hog nose when it latches on, it's like a bee sting. They don't hurt either, but
Yeah.
like
Yeah, same thing.
my friend got bit. He got sick,
Damn.
but I told him, I was like, bro, that's a hog nose. It is, rear fang venomous. And he's like, for real? And I was like, yeah. And it bit him. I told him, and he ended up getting sick. And I don't know, he had to go to the hospital or something. He didn't know he was allergic to the venom, or the like the bee sting venom or whatever.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, he got dizzy, and I was like, dude, I was like, I'm sorry, but I told you. And you just like let her bite you too. You were just like, cool, he's chewing on me. Bro, it was all like, oh, it's chewing on me. Don't pull it off. Let her do it. I was like, whatever. It's not good. I would recommend pulling them off before they start chewing.
For sure.
And you don't know if you're allergic until it's having a reaction.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would never do that. Anyway, so yeah, go ahead, Gino. Plug yourself where people can find you, and then
Yeah.
Eric will ask his wrap up question. I'll wrap, and I'll ask mine.
Yeah. I'm Gino. I run Bott Reptiles. Find me on Instagram and TikTok at bot.reptiles. Nothing really on Morph Market right now, but hopefully in the near future for all the hatchling ball pythons that I have, I'll be posting them as soon as I have them hatch out.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So Gino, I got 2 questions. I had one, now I got 2.
Oh,
Do you have dachshunds? What kind of dogs do you have?
oh man. I have a cattle husky mix. It's like a skinnier version of a husky, but completely blonde. And then I have a $25 pound puppy that's like 9 years old now. That is like, people call him like a super mutt. Just has so many different genetics in him that he looks like a tiny miniature poodle Bichon something. But it was he was on death row, and my girlfriend at the time, but now wife, her mom found the dog at the shelter and just like, you're coming home with me.
Nice. I love those stories. I have a similar story with my dog. And then my second question, when dealing with your reptiles and where you keep them, what was a problem or an issue that you ran into that you didn't really foresee, and what do you do about it?
I mean,
and it could be, I tell this with everyone, it could be your reptiles, it could be where you keep your reptiles, it could be landlord situations. I don't know, just something that you didn't expect.
The biggest thing, I mean, I'm trying to be prepared for every animal that I bring in, but I have a 4-stack. I'll show it right now. I have a 4-stack enclosure right there, and it's on 2 different Inkbird thermostats. So I just set them up, like put them all at the same temps, make sure that they're good to go. And the one on top, because heat during the summer last year, it was about probably like 85 outside, but inside my little casita detached laundry room, it was almost like 105 in here. And I had alarms going off while I was at work for the top two enclosures, but the bottom two enclosures were at like 95, 96, which is still, I mean, pretty dangerous, but it was okay. But yeah, I learned my lesson. Got to keep the door and the window open to get a little cross draft breeze going on during the summer so that no one overheats. Thankfully, no one overheated. All the animals were safe and everything was good, but it was just a little bit scary. Like I was an hour away at work and I'm getting alarms on the Inkbird app. I'm just like, oh, what do I do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Scary times.
Right.
Yeah. Automating, like having all the stuff on your phone, like Wi-Fi control, that definitely like gives you some peace of mind, and then helps you prevent disasters and accidents that you didn't even realize, and then sometimes it's too late.
Definitely.
That's why.
Sick.
Have you ever had like with your racks, like it almost melted, almost caught fire or anything like that?
With my racks, no. So I have my racks on the thermostat. I have it set up to be at like 95. I have the probe on the outside right before the contact with the tub itself. I've never had any concerns with it melting, but I got it secondhand. I think I got it off of OfferUp. I bring it home, I plug it in, and then the heat tape starts like catching fire. It's like, what the heck is going on? I took a picture and I sent it to the previous owner. He's like, oh man, sorry. It was a little dusty in my house where I kept it. It's probably just dust burning off. It's like, what the heck? Okay.
I never heard of that. I was like, what?
I was like, dust caused a hole like that big in the actual tape itself, but okay. But no concerns with melting, and that was like the only potentially disastrous case that I had.
That's wild though.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, sorry. My house was fired, but oh, I'm sorry. It didn't happen to me.
I'm considered high risk for my insurance company now, but we're good.
Right. Okay, my question for you, Dino, is you could change one thing in the hobby, what would it be and why? Or in the industry or whatever it may be.
Oh, more education. I know that there's so many things available to the public, like Brian Barczyk's videos or anyone on YouTube, even you guys having a podcast, but there's only a certain type of person that's going to tune into this podcast or watch it. I really wish that it was more mainstream, like more people understood that these creatures are not bad. These creatures are not trying to hurt you. Like I hate those comments on Instagram. Like you post a photo of a snake or something and someone's like, ew, kill it. It's like, I don't say that about your dog. Yeah, just I wish that the overall public was nicer and more informed with what's going on with like the whole reptile community.
For sure. Even to go on what you're saying, that, or to go off what you're saying, here in Florida we have legless lizards, and even them, people mistake them for snakes, and people are like, kill it, it's a snake, and it's not even a snake. You know, I think it's just like you said, misinformation and just not knowing. Just like even native animals that we have, you know.
Eric, do you ever go herping?
Man, I am the world's worst herper unless it like comes to my house.
I found an iguana in my backyard.
At my parents' house, we got iguanas for days. And there's some dinosaur males out there. But as far as I live in like Central Florida, we don't get iguanas up here.
Got it.
The only herping that I've done around here is in my backyard. There's a nature preserve, and I go looking for cottonmouths, any type of snake, and I got nothing. And I've been here for 3 years.
Oh my gosh!
But I love to herp.
Very nice.
What about you?
No, not really. Mainly because of the fear of venomous. Like I'm not intentionally going out to go herp, but if I'm ever on trails or hikes or anything, I see it, leave it alone type of thing. There are California king snakes around me, and I can identify those. And if I see one, maybe I'll try to free handle. But everything else, I'm just like, yeah, go ahead. I don't want to scare anybody around me.
Facts.
Hmm.
I like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, when here I haven't got herping. I want to. I should. I have like a whole woods behind me, but I just don't do it.
Vlog it. Get those Meta AI glasses and hit record and go herping.
I better just be like quirky. No, I'm joking.
Crikey, mate. I'm gonna snag a big one.
Right? And just jump on it like out of nowhere, like they be doing.
That'd be awesome. That'd be hilarious. Man.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. But I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
So
Yeah,
what'd you think of the podcast so far?
It's great. Awesome. I knew that it was gonna go over an hour just by looking at and watching some of the previous podcasts, but it honestly felt as if I never had something like I was never speechless in a bad way. Like you guys kept the flow going, asking questions at the right cadence. It wasn't like, awkward. I don't know what to talk about right now. So yeah, it was great.
Appreciate it, man. I try to make everybody feel welcome, especially like the newcomers. Like
Yeah.
that's exactly what we're looking for. Well, what I look for is people barely coming in because they're the ones that get scared away.
Yeah.
So I really do appreciate you for coming on, giving us time. Sorry we had to reschedule so many times, brother.
Not a problem. I'm sorry that I had to reschedule last time.
Nah, you're good, brother. I mean, life happens, of course. But yes, I appreciate you, giving us your time, talking to us, and I want to do it again. I would love to have you on again. Maybe has you as a co-host on another podcast or something.
Let me know. I mean, give me a couple days in advance and I can make up some time for you guys.
Heck yeah. That being said, you got anything else, Eric? Oh yeah, real quick, something positive before we get on out of here.
Something positive?
Yeah, say it like a positive note.
Oh man, kindness doesn't cost anything.
Love it.
That's a good one.
That is. I've never heard that one on the podcast yet.
Hey, first one here. It's me.
You, Eric?
You heard it first here on Untamed and Unhinged. No.
Right.
Smile. It's contagious.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Hell yeah. All right, guys. On that note, you already know what time it is. We're going to get on out here. Thank you guys for tuning in, watching us, watching me and Eric, watching Gino. Go check out his Instagram. Go follow his Morph Market. Look out for those babies, man. Other than that, y'all already know what to do. Check on your loved ones. Never hurts to give them a call. A call can go a long way. Lift people up, never put people down. Elevate each other. Stay positive, guys. Y'all have a good night. We're out of here.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Gino.
Thank you, Gino.